website, it's got the Twitter feed. Chunky keyboard. So there's a Twitter feed here. So if you do it at, so if you're talking at someone, you can. So it'd almost be like on Facebook when you. It's the same as Facebook where you go at and then.
Yeah. So it's like tagging someone. It's like tagging someone.
So I can go.
Do you do that on Facebook?
You can.
Yep, you can do, well, it's like when you tag someone in a photo or something, it then pops up on their feed. So the same thing happens on Twitter. You can then, at this person or hashtag them in, and it will appear on their feed.
Then the hashtags. So it's if you go what's the hashtag, right?
Yeah.
So if I just do that, I'll tell you what's we've talked about. If I do that. Or did that personal message it better?
The problem with hashtags is you can't.
So that comes out there. So
they're
if
not.
I click on that,
They're not unique.
It'll link to
Other people can use hashtags.
And at is unique.
Right.
So if you're doing at youth_hub, which is the Twitter account, it's going to be unique for the Twitter account. But if you hashtag, you normally do something, like so. Say you were bouncing a beach ball, you could, I was at Youth Hub, bouncing a beach ball, hashtag beach ball.
Yeah.
So
but anyone could use.
Anyone can use hashtag beach ball but normally the hashtag is used for generic things. But that way, if somebody searches something like Youth Hub, it can bring up all the hashtag Youth Hubs as well.
That's something you really need to watch. Is when if you've this.
So you can.
Linked. This one has been. The Chichi Youth Market one's been linked in with their Facebook, so whenever they update something on Facebook, it links. But she's obviously uploaded a ton of photos, and on Facebook they'd come up in one album.
Yeah.
But when she's up on Twitter, it goes boom, 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 and you end up with 50.
Which then comes back. Which then comes back to the marketing system.
That's why
Keep
I'm not
simple.
a big fan of having the Twitter and Facebook linked in together.
Yeah.
Which then comes back to the less is more.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Look, so she's uploaded,
So there's a Facebook app. So whenever you post on Facebook, it automatically posts it to your Twitter, or vice versa. But they're not quite 100% there.
It's better to do it individually because Facebook and Twitter, you can have them linked, but normally the contexts that you're posting between the two are different.
Because I've put hashtag Youth Hub, it now comes up on the website here. Actually. Yeah. So that's kind of the two things you can do in the at. So if you could post, you could say like, oh, I had an amazing day out here with the at the youth market or whatever, and you could go at youth market and you could tag them in it, and then people could then click on that and look at the youth market.
Yeah, whereas if you went hashtag youth market, it wouldn't link in with the
hashtags. So you can search hashtags really work. So when you search,
hashtags are more for like a search.
It'll search for those hashtags.
Right.
The hashtag is like a search thing.
Right, yeah. No,
yeah. Whereas the at is an identity.
Yeah.
So if you want to aim something at someone directly, so you want someone to say, you want to, you were talking about someone, I had a great time with this person. You go, I had a great time at symbol, then that person's name on Twitter.
So if I search Youth Hub, just Youth Hub, it comes up with 3. I think we're the only one that actually updates ours.
The other two don't even have.
But then you can go tweets. So come up with maybe not. No, that's not right, is it? I don't know.
Tell me why I would put a tweet up there.
Yeah.
Is that simply for mass conveying a message to a whole lot of people about what's going on at the hub?
Well, see,
but they'd have to be following you, wouldn't they?
I'm assuming that.
But also if you want just like a message, because that front page thing is just scrolling through tweets as well, so it's just stuff like that,
So it's all about spreading.
It's
so
just about
someone
spreading
might retweet
information.
it. So like who you've got following you.
So there's also another thing which they can do, which is called retweeting. So say Youth Hub
It's just
posts,
like sharing, so that it then comes up on their wall.
So Youth Hub posts something, then Christchurch Youth Market could retweet that and will say, Christchurch Youth Market retweeted this via Youth Hub.
And then it'll display that message.
Then
so
it will display the
all
message.
of their followers then
Right.
see.
So
So
you
it's
get
all
the
about that.
message.
Yeah.
So if
chain.
Youth Hub posts something, Action Works or the people that it's relative to retweeting it, and then the graph goes, the tree goes like this on how many people you reach.
So do we have to be really careful about what gets posted?
Well, that's
I'm
when
just
it-
thinking you get someone that's
Super
really
careful.
pissed off.
Yeah.
Could be an employee, whatever. I know. And then bang,
Boom.
you've got no control.
Yeah, what's the worst one I saw was the youth market, and some incident must have gone down
Yeah,
there.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a friend of that person posted it on their Facebook wall and literally just ripped into them. And then that response really should have been a personal one from a personal Facebook page.
Right,
but
rather
instead
than the
it
youth
was
market.
the youth market. So then that's making the youth market look bad.
Yeah, so
Probably if
that
that had been me, I would have just deleted that Facebook post and blocked that person.
so that then would have that then comes down to just double checking the content you're posting and
I think I saw that.
whether it's relative.
Because there is
to-
people on Facebook like that will just
Yeah.
post just to rip, just to.
So,
Be
yeah.
arseholes.
Yeah.
So that then comes down to then making sure what you're posting is relative to who you're posting as.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point actually.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you
I was going to.
you've also got to be
Yeah,
careful
well,
that
that's why I made a
That's what
Facebook, like we've got 298 Facebook page, but I also made a Facebook profile for Emma298 Nurse rather than my personal profile.
yeah. So then,
Specifically so I could reply to posts as the nurse, so
Instead
in that
of-
role.
yeah. So
and-
that's
yeah.
almost what you want. You can
And-
reply as a nurse role instead of the
the
organisation
But
itself
also-
replying to a personal
Also, I
message.
wanted to separate it from me, the person,
Mm.
because I get lots of friend requests from patients, which I don't want them to
No,
know
but
what I'm doing
that-
on the weekend. And
But as a
Yeah.
nurse,
Yeah, but
you
they-
might want that.
Yeah,
they
so
can-
exactly, they welcome to
Yeah,
friend request
yeah.
the nurse profile, and so yeah, I do try not to post on the 298 wall with my personal profile.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of teachers at Unlimited do too.
Yeah.
They'll have school and then they'll have
And that-
personal.
yeah.
And it makes you've got things you want personal,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I kind of feel the same way because I had a few MPs trying to add me, and then you're thinking, I'm suddenly go, a lot of these things I'm posting on Facebook are my personal views,
Yeah.
which are probably very immature and I find funny, my friends find funny.
Yeah.
but if Peter finds it funny and other people find it funny, it's probably a bit different,
Yeah.
It's just-
So it's then about
That's why I've got my Twitter.
having that. It's then about having that barrier of separation.
Yeah.
But
Um,
Yeah, 'cause at the moment I've got my own personal Facebook,
Yeah.
and I'm administrator for our business Facebook, ActionWorks Facebook.
Yeah.
And I get real confused if I'm liking people as me,
Yeah.
or liking
Yeah,
people
yeah,
as.
well,
Like
I'll-
I do that thing, outside
It's-
there where it goes home and.
It is really
Well, see,
confusing.
You,
It's,
you should show them how to do that.
so it's the voice button, I believe.
No, home.
No, home.
No,
Yeah,
click
home
on the
button.
drop down. Click on the wee arrow down.
Really?
So see there, you can
Oh,
use.
okay.
So
It's
see,
changed.
you can use Facebook as Youth Hub or any of that.
How do I do that? Because I'm always constantly logging out and logging back in. as-
Because you've got a group, not a Facebook page, don't you?
So you,
Do you think
should-
it's better to have a Facebook
That's
page?
better.
Why?
Page.
I wouldn't even go anywhere near a
No.
group.
Yeah.
Pages are better because they're
Page
public.
pages to
People
get
just
people.
just like them and then they can see everything. It's
Yeah.
just one click of a button
Yeah.
and they
Because you
can,
have to actually go to the group page.
and you have to go. You have to manually search for the group and.
The problem I agree, you got to join it.
Yeah.
And they seem a lot messier too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
So
very. I
I'll
don't know why Facebook's still got
One
them.
problem I'm having at the moment too is if I'm in as ActionWorks, I can't go and check out other people's friends and stuff like that and invite them to like our page.
Yeah, that's because you're running as the page. To invite people and all that, you have to do it as a personal account. So you as a person have to invite them to go to this instead of like this big.
And I can't message them either.
No, you can't do that with a page. Message people. But
Because the page is a lot different from.
So I have to
Yeah.
invite people as
but see
in
then
my own profile
as your own
Yeah.
profile to come
to
in.
go and attach the ActionWorks page link or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
To it and say go and like this for me.
Yeah, you know, this is a great place. Come and check it out and post the link. Yeah.
So if he posts, he has to do it from his own
Yeah.
personal
Yeah,
profile.
not the ActionWorks one.
So what are the differences
I've never
between a
set up
page
my
and a
own
group?
separate
I'll
ActionWorks.
show you. So this is a page. So this is all your admin stuff, and below that there is your.
So-
So the layout, one, the layout's a lot better.
Yeah.
Two, I'll find it. You what group have you got?
298 Youth Health is a group, I think.
Yeah,
No,
it's-
don't have a look at the group, Simon. You won't want to see those.
No, we can look at the 24-hour film challenge.
I really hate
You
these.
should jump on and like our page anyway.
Oh, we'll look at the protest one. This one's good.
Oh, God.
It's about to be.
So this is, so that's the difference. That's your,
That's funny.
and this is a protest, which is, I don't know what it's about, but someone started it.
They started a group and everyone joined it, but no one knows what the project is about.
They
So we're
didn't
just
do-
digging into them. It's quite
I just started posting like, oh, this is what it's about. This, and everyone goes, oh, really? And it's like,
Yeah, so a group is like, so say you had a group of friends, that's what you'd more
Right.
create. So like say you had like a
Yeah.
group of patients or something that you wanted to interconnect with each other.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what you could use a group for, but for 298 you'd more want just a page.
Right.
That
So on the if we're a page and I do a status update or whatever.
Yeah,
As the
so you just
page.
go
As
on
the
there,
page,
yeah.
does that still come up on everyone that's joined on their news feeds?
Yep.
as if they've liked it, it will come up
Yeah.
on their news feeds.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
But a group won't.
Right.
But it-
Oh, does a group not?
No.
You have to actually
So-
go to it, so it's.
So that's
we need
that's
to
another.
change to a page, eh? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's another
Yeah,
advantage about
that's-
pages. So say you like, you know, like. Hey,
The group's
we
more
have
about
like a-
interaction, isn't it?
Group's
Whereas
more-
a
yeah.
page is delivering information to
A
people.
group's a lot more personal.
Whereas
You
a
can
page,
pick who
a page is
joins and
more
who
for a
doesn't.
bigger organisation trying to push generic information out to
Yeah.
people.
Group's probably more for like a group of friends or something.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
Group of patients or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Gosh, it's so confusing. Why do they have both?
it is really, that's, I don't get it. If groups, I think groups were original and then they brought in the Facebook pages
Yeah.
and
Well-
they didn't really do much.
Well,
about
they
the
still have
groups.
different purposes, don't
Groups
they?
came from the foundation of Facebook, and then they thought, as it got
Oh,
bigger,
I know
pages.
the other thing actually that I wanted to ask. Like, what I use the Facebook page for a little bit is advertising events.
Yep.
So, for example, like
So a Facebook page can create events.
a page can as well.
A
as
page
group?
can create events, so
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. that's
'Cause
fine.
I even-
just so long as we can
yeah.
still do that.
Yep,
stuff.
you can do that stuff.
And what else? We just put information. Yeah. No page.
Yeah.
Page.
And then they like pages can also have albums and photos
And
and
I
all
know
that.
what one of those cool graph things, so we can see how many people.
Yeah,
are doing
that's-
it.
Yeah, that's
So
another
the
thing.
graphs are awesome. Like they're actually if you go
Yeah, so it
see
can tell you all your demographics. So it can
nice
tell
work,
you.
Mel.
Oh, so do the groups not have that?
No, so you know you can
No,
say.
no,
so
we've
there's
nothing like
so out of all the fans, Youth Hub can reach a maximum number of 22,000 people.
Yeah, I can't hear, sorry.
So like from there, so you can see our age demographic on the Youth Hub. So we've got 20% of our demographic is 25 to 34-year-old females. So a page can give you all that information as well. So you can then tailor what you're posting to suit your biggest demographic. And it can also give you
Well, this is
location.
your demographic anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, but see, it can then tell you cities, languages, and countries.
So your reach is how many people are viewing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's your reach. You can also then view.
So this is really good. Like you can even see where they're viewing it from and just mental stuff.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so then you can also check
Gosh,
out.
it's
other
quite
stuff.
scary how much Facebook knows about us, isn't it?
But then, and also for each post as well, you can actually have detailed insights.
Yeah.
So you can look at a post, like say you posted
Yeah.
it.
So these are like
So yeah, so you can check all how
Right,
many
yep.
users
the
actually
reach is
engaged
probably
in
not
that.
part of it.
So you can yeah, it gives you all this helpful information that most other Facebook things won't give you, which then enables you to say your target demographic was males, but you're getting more females.
Yeah.
You can then
Is that what they say when I have to get 30 likes before I can see this stuff?
yeah. So get 30 likes and you can view all that
We'll all
information.
like, yeah.
Yeah, come on guys, like it.
Are you has action work?
Yeah.
Alright.
Because that's why
Facebook forward slash action work. So I can't go to use as Facebook
Okay.
as actually it's a
We'll all
certain
like
age.
you today and
Because we
You
did
just
the
have to
same
wait till
thing,
you
and
get
we
home
just
to use
spammed
your
all my
computer.
mates, and they all hated us by the end of the day.
Yeah, I'm
But-
keen as to spam all my. I've done
Oh
that
yeah,
to my mates.
we do that, but then now it's got to a point where it's starting to snowball, and every day you're getting 1 or 2 more likes, which is what you want.
Because that's sort of, you got to be. I think you need to be really cautious about is just posting that link everywhere.
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of people
See,
almost
one-
use it as a form of marketing, but for me, I see it as a form of spam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's what we're thinking.
All you want to
Yeah.
really do is just, as a page, you just want to invite friends to like it instead of
Yeah.
posting the link, or just maybe every week, post the